All right, what's up, guys? This is Gustavo Adolfo Uribe here. I'm producer for Chateau Cholo record label and production company, and I'm making a tutorial called Hip Hop Songs from Start to Finish. So, if you've seen this video from our Facebook page, Chateau Cholo, um, or you might have seen it in an ad that we're running, I'm basically showing you how to download our 5 free beats and then start a song and get it in your DAW and get it pretty much rough draft out. And in this video tutorial, I'm gonna kind of go through the things that I went in this video, but in more depth. So I'm gonna stretch it out into 5 steps, and I'm gonna go over that with you. So again, watch this video right here. You could go to our Facebook page, Chateau Cholo, and check out this video, or you could also go to our YouTube channel. Let's see here. We're on YouTube, and this video is on our YouTube channel too, so you could play that. See, check it out. So we're on YouTube, and this tutorial is going to be on
Yo.
our YouTube channel. So yeah, okay, cool. So let's get started now. Like I said, I'm gonna go over this stuff in more depth. So, if you haven't done so already, please watch this video and sign up so you can get some free beats. Okay, so you're gonna get an email like this. Yeah, subscribe to the email. You're gonna get a link. It's gonna be a Google Drive link where you could download these beats, and then you're gonna go to your downloads, and these are gonna be the beats right here. It's gonna be if it'll probably zip it up, and then you open the zip, and then you get these 5 free beats right here. So this is step number one: how to get your beat in a DAW and organize it to get ready for songwriting and recording. Okay, so we're assuming that you're gonna lease some beats from somebody, or you're gonna get some free beats. These are our beats right here that are for free. So let's just try this one, this Turnt Nasty one. Okay, so it tells you right here 112 BPM, but just double check on our website. Let's see. If you check out our website, we have on BeatStore beat credits, and then just double check with that, and then Turnt Nasty 112. Okay, because some of them have like this weird BPM, and it's not. We couldn't put that decimal BPM on our my flash store, so it's kind of weird. So some of them just double check. Anyways, whatever, we got it. So Turnt Nasty 112 BPM. Okay, so we're gonna go to Ableton right here, and you could do this with any DAW, but I prefer Ableton. I used to, work with Pro Tools back in the day. I've been doing this hip hop production since I was in junior high school, and I'm 31 now. So I've been doing this for like maybe, I don't know, 15, 16 years. And I got into Ableton let's see, maybe 3 years ago. I was studying at Cal Arts for grad school. I was studying music composition. So all the cool kids were using Ableton. I was like, man, I don't want to use Ableton. This is really stupid. But then I started using Ableton, and I finally, kind of got the hang of it. And I realized why I like it is that, excuse me, I'm getting some water. And the reason I like it is because it's very simplified. And instead of like the traditional Pro Tools, it's like set like a traditional studio, like how it would translate, like if you had the analog gear like on a virtual. But this is like kind of simplified, so it's very efficient once you figure it out. And again, I'm not trying to diss any other DAWs, but this is why I choose Ableton. So in Ableton, you click these IOs, and it opens up your ins and outs. Like right now, I'm recording on channel 2 on a Shure 58 stage mic. It's like about $100, and I'm just using it for demos, right? Okay, so I'm putting in. You can put it in, and then it enables the recording. So right now, I'm off you can just hear my voice being recorded on my video recording software. Okay. So we're gonna change this BPM right here. It's 120. I'm gonna change it to 112 to match the song "Turnt Nasty," and then I'm gonna drag it right here. Bam, and it's already good to go. And then right here you could zoom out. Boom. All right. So the first step to getting your song. Oh, I'm gonna record this. Hold on a second, or save this. Now remember on your preferences, an Ableton, for 44,100 sample rates. That's good. That's like standard, like CD quality. CD quality is 44,100 samples and 16 bit rate, but it's good to record in a higher bit rate, and then and actually nowadays you can get 24 bit rate. That's kind of like the standard now. So because everything's like streaming and stuff. So anyways, go over here, just double check stuff. Let's see, where does it say 24 bit? Oh, okay, I'm recording at 32. That's good. So yeah, sometimes some people put it in like higher sample rates. Honestly, man, you don't really need to do that. I'll just stick here. For film, 48,000 is the standard, but for audio, I mean, if you're just gonna record it, for music, this is fine. The bit rate is the one that is gonna really make a huge difference. So I'm recording in, where was it? 32 bit, which is good. And then we're gonna down res it to 24 bit. So like if we want to export this file, export, and it's gonna say 24 bit, and then no dither. So when I export stuff, just for you guys for future reference, wave 44,100 sample rates, 24 bit, no dither. Don't put a dither on this, okay? And I'm gonna show you. Watch. Okay, desktop. I'm just gonna do untitled. All right. So that's untitled 24 bit rate, right? And just bear with me, guys, because I'm doing this in like in depth, like trying to like space it out so I cover all the details, the nooks and crannies. So if you're like, oh man, when is he gonna get to it? Just bear with me, because all this stuff is really important. Okay. So let's say you got your wave right here. This is the wave that you're gonna send off to the mastering guys, okay, once it's finished. Or if you just want a rough draft so you can listen it to your iPod or in your car or whatever, here's a good trick that I use. Okay, just open up iTunes and it's gonna load up. If you got iTunes, you could do this. If you don't, then you're gonna have to, figure it out. Okay, so let's say like you got your playlist, right? Let's just do a new playlist that you want. Well, where'd it go? Where'd it go? Okay. Oh, here we go. Okay. So let's call this your song. Well, this is Turnt Nasty, right? So let's just call it Turnt Nasty. Oh crap. Okay, hold on. I'm holding the microphone in my hand. Hold on. Okay. Turnt Nasty rough. Like rough draft, And then you're going to take that, put it in your iTunes, and it's going to import that. Now, this is the trick. Now, you go to your preferences, and let's see, where is it? Okay, this looks pretty good. Import settings. Okay, here we go. Import settings. So you could see this is what you're gonna import to your iPod or whatever. Um, AAC it has MP3 encoders if you need it, so that's kind of cool. But AAC is the iTunes file format. You know, iTunes Plus, whatever. So that sounds pretty good, and it's already set. So now we're gonna select that, right click, okay, and then create AAC version. And it's gonna convert it. Okay, now you're gonna go to recently added, and you're gonna take that untitled, and you could double check it, get info here, and it's gonna be a AAC file. Boom. All right, so then you're gonna go back to your playlist, and then drag it here, and then it's gonna be right here. So then I'm gonna take this, get info here, and what I like to do is just go XYZ. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna delete that from the playlist, but it's not gonna delete it from your actual hard drive. So now on this playlist, you have your song that you can playlist that you can export it into your iPhone, or whatever, and yeah, and then go back to music here, or my music, and then click XYZ, and then that way you could find that file. I do this with a lot of stuff, so you could find those files that have XYZ and then just delete them. So like I go here and then right click and then delete. Oops, I don't know what happened. Delete, and then you could delete the song, and then it'll delete it from the hard drive. So then you don't have a 24-bit file on your iTunes eating up your hard drive space. You know what I'm saying? So let's go back to playlist here. Now, once you hook up your iPhone, watch. I'm gonna show you. Break it down real quick. Hold on a second. Bear with me. All right, yo. So once you set up I'm plugging in my iPhone here, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put that song on my iPhone. So I'm gonna show you guys how to do it. If you don't know how to do it already, then this is gonna be helpful. If you know how to do this stuff already, then just bear with me. I'm gonna get through 5 steps of hip hop song from start to finish. Okay, so it's syncing, blah 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 blah. Blah blah blah. Okay, it's doing its backup thing, so just bear with me, guys. Let me take a sip of water here. Okay. Now, okay, Jesus. All right. Okay, so we're on step number 1 right here. How to get your beat into the DAW, organize it, color code it, and get ready for songwriting and recording. And this right here, I'm just going over the exporting, so you can get your song on your phone, during the different steps, so you can hear it outside of the computer. Okay, so I just clicked on iPhone right here. Bam. Now, going to music, and it's going to bring in my playlist, right? So I'm going to find the playlist that has my song, Turn Nasty Rough Draft. So I'm going to click that and apply that. Okay, and now it's gonna sync it. It's gonna sync it to my phone. So when I go to iTunes and I go through find my playlist and I select that, it's gonna be there. It should be there. If it's not there, then I don't know what to tell you, but it should be there. Okay, and then yeah, and then that's how you get your playlist on your phone. So when you go to your car, you can plug it in, play it in your from your phone, or you put it on your headphones, and then that way, through the stages of the process, you can hear the development of your song, hip hop song from start to finish. Okay, let's get to the nuts and bolts here. Okay, that was just exporting. So for people, because I had a homie I was talking to yesterday, I was telling him about our video that I was doing, and he was like, well, I had trouble exporting it, and I had to, get it to an MP3 and an Audacity and la 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 la. And I was like, nah, Cholo, just, iTunes. Okay, so that's how you do it. Now, let's go back to our song, Turnt Nasty. I'm going to save this. I thought I already saved it, but I'm going to save it on my desktop. And I'm going to just go Turnt Nasty demo, because this is a demo. All right. Okay. Now, I'm going to now this is step 1. We put it in in the DAW, which is Ableton. That's digital audio workstation. And now we're going to organize and color code it. Okay, so we're going to just play it and try to find where the verses are, where the choruses are. Okay, now as you notice on Ableton, you could see it visually, like there's bars here, and you'll see it. Watch. Okay, let's just play it. Okay, so this sounds like an intro. Okay, notice how the drums just kind of muted right there, and that dun dun dun, that's kind of like a cue, right? It sounds good, but what it's really functioning is it's kind of a cue to tell you when to start rapping. So again, let's play that again. So we're warming it up. Okay, we got the drums drop in here. All right, there it is. That's the cue. That's when we start rapping. So what I'm going to do is click on this, and I'm going to hit Apple E. And that's going to splice this song or this track, right? I'm going to right click, and I'm going to put whatever color you want. Let's just do white. Okay, so you notice we got 8 bars, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of intro. So when you guys lease a beat or download a beat or get free beats, whatever, usually the producer, if they know what they're doing, the song is gonna be formatted, okay, into usually verse, chorus, maybe a bridge. It's gonna have an intro and an outro. Now there's different variations of that, but once you know the format, it is a formula. It's very mathematical, okay? So we got like 8 bars of intro. Now we got the verse part. Now let's see. Usually it's 16 bars for a verse, but let's just double check here. Okay, let's listen to the verse. Sounds like a pre-chorus. That might be the chorus right there. Yeah, that's definitely the chorus. Okay. This song's kind of tricky right here. Oh, there we go. There's that cue again. There's a cue again. So we know that we're on back to verse land. Now let's break this up, okay? Because in this song, it's kind of tricky because we got a pre-chorus that goes into the chorus, right? So let's see, where does it start? So usually in pop songs, there might be a pre-chorus, but it's not always there. What the function of that is that it kind of sets up the chorus. Because sometimes if we go verse to chorus straight away, sometimes it doesn't work. It's like it doesn't feel right. So sometimes you need something to kind of transition into it. So in this verse, it's usually 16 bars, but I think what's going on here is I combined, because I produced this track, but what I did was I put the pre-chorus in the verse, so it's so it can go into the chorus really tight, and I put like this part right here, which is, you could technically rap over it or not, but this, so okay, so let me start color coding it so it starts to make sense here. Let's call that a verse. This is the pre-chorus. This is the hook or the chorus, and then this is like a kind of like a mini bridge, you know, or like a part 2 chorus. This song, the structure is a little bit more intricate than most hip hop songs, but that's okay because, you know, we need variety, so that's cool. So this verse, usually, like I said, it's 16 bars, but we're gonna combine it with the pre-chorus. So we got 16 bars right here. We're gonna do a hook or something right here on this hook chorus part, and then on this part, because we got dun 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 dun, we're just gonna let that ride, you know. It maybe say some interjections here and there, but that would just let that sounds cool, you know, just to let it groove. And then you start your verse again. Okay, so I'm gonna change that to back to the verse. So now you see the sections, okay? Now, in like I said, in the format's usually verse, chorus, verse, chorus. So we can assume that this stuff right here is gonna repeat again. So I don't even have to look at it. I could just tell. Boom, boom. Right? Okay, let's see if it's true. So you got that little like synth riff going in there, kind of setting it up for the chorus or the hook. And you could tell that it's usually the texture changes. When there's a hook or there's a chorus in hip hop music, the texture usually changes. Sometimes not, you know, but for our beats at Chateau Cholo, I try to do some type of change to give it, the song, some type of replay value, you know. It's like, because sometimes you hear a sick song and it's just like it's really sick, but then you get tired of it because it's like the same, you know, beat over and over, and it gets really repetitive, and you're just like, okay, this is cool for like 2 months, and then you like never want to hear that song for the rest of your life. Oops, hold on a second. There we go. Again, you know. So what I'm doing is I just color coded it. I'm color coding it. Okay. Now this might be a little, you know, tedious, but hey, you know, 1 minute here is gonna save you a lot of time. It's gonna save you a lot of time. So if you're producing your own hip hop music, or you're working with an engineer or something like that, your buddy, or in the studio, whatever, what I'm showing you guys, this took me like, I've been producing for like I said, since junior high school. But this, getting it like professional level, I started rapping again in grad school and for music because I really missed the hip hop music, right? I was doing like classical music, and it was like it's really cool, but classical music, you gotta like rehearse with musicians and stuff, and it's a very very long process. But by the time you could actually hear, the music. But with hip hop music, it's just like bam, let's get it, and then you could hear it, and it's like really satisfying. Okay, hold on a second. Okay. Okay, now notice it's not really changing. So we're in the outro right now. So we're just gonna let the beat ride, and then the beat goes back. This is kind of typical of a Timbaland style production where he just lets the beat ride at the end for like a pretty long time. We're gonna listen to that. Yeah. And then we got some like drum fill-ins and stuff. This is pretty cool. I made this right here. It sounds like it's like slowed down, but really I'm just playing with the placement of the drum hits, which is pretty cool. Anyways, so this technique that I'm showing you, this like professional technique right here, it took me like 3 years to develop this technique, what I'm doing, which is going over the steps, hip hop song from start to finish. And usually, when you guys start, most people, when they start doing hip hop music, they write their lyrics on a notepad, and they try to figure it out. But no, this way is very very step oriented, very methodical. Okay. Okay, so we color coded it. We know that the verses are here. Here's a pre-chorus, so we're gonna rap over the pre-chorus. We're gonna go into the hook/chorus. We're gonna let the beat ride like a mini bridge here. Then it's gonna go back. It's gonna repeat 2 times, 3 times, and then there's gonna be an outro. Okay, not all the beats gonna have the same structure, but it's usually some type of variation of verse, chorus, with an intro and an outro, something like that. Okay. Now that's step number 1, and I'll see you guys on step number 2 when we actually start writing to this song. Okay. So I'm gonna save that. All right. And then I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.